Hi, everyone, and thank you all for joining me for a very exciting edition of Tech Tuesday. We are doing something a little bit different this week. I've invited Greg Mauk, the Director of Global IT Service Delivery over at CryoLife, to do a quick fire style Q&A with us about current trends in the technology job market. So for anyone unfamiliar with CryoLife, they are local to us here in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're one of the world's leading medical device companies. Greg, thank you so much for joining us today. We are honored to have you on the segment.
Thanks for having me. And I think Tony Stark was looking for his lab. I think he found it.
Excuse me, Tony actually stole this setup from me. So.
Gotcha. Well, it looks good. I like it.
Yep. Thanks, Greg. Well, all right. As everyone knows, I try to keep these videos to just a few minutes. And with that in mind, let's hop right into the quick fire session. Ready, Greg?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Well, there are no right or wrong answers here. Just try to keep your responses to 10 seconds or less. And here we go. So, number one, from your perspective, Greg, what is the most challenging soft skill to find in a candidate?
I would say communication skills. That is something that not everybody has or possesses. I think a good communicator is definitely key to fitting in our culture.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely one of the number one responses that we get from people, communication. All right, moving on to number two. What would you say is the toughest technical skill to find in a candidate?
We've had a tough time finding network engineers, but I also think that anything related to information security is big right now. So I think finding qualified information security people is pretty hard. Also, anything in the data field, hot market right now.
Yep, absolutely. So moving on to number three, what has been the greatest challenge to communicating with your team during the pandemic?
Well, we are a global company and travel has been limited to, actually, there's no travel, let's put it that way. So for me, I think communicating via WebEx and Teams and things like that are great, but nothing will ever beat face-to-face. Being able to share a pint with somebody or getting to know somebody, that face-to-face is something you just can't replace with WebEx or, video conferencing. So I think that's been the most challenging thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. And then number four, in the post-pandemic future, will CryoLife require all employees to resume operation on site at the office, or will there be some other options?
Well, I think we are traditionally a sort of butts and seats company. I think for the majority of our staff, we will be reporting back to the office. We do a lot of lab work. We do have a lot of people in lab coats working in our facilities. So those people will be required to go to the office. As far as the other office workers, administrative staff, technology support, executives, between travel and those folks that are on site generally every day, I think we will probably be going back for the most part. But we may also look at some type of hoteling or kind of what IBM did years ago with people not having actual desks. But who knows? Time will tell. We haven't made a decision at this point yet, though. It's being talked about, though.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a lot of companies are, in talks right now, and that was one of the reasons for the question, just to, get your perspective and see what everybody's doing. So, lastly, what is the most exciting project that your company is working on right now, Greg?
Well, for me, there are a lot of exciting projects going on, but for me, I would say it's probably transformation of our infrastructure in our data centers, more technology modernization. So CryoLife has gone through several acquisitions over the last 6 years, and along with acquisitions come sites, data centers, people, process technology, and so we're going through and sort of modernizing and standardizing and consolidating some of our infrastructure. So to me, that's exciting. Being a lifelong technology guy, like I love that stuff, and obviously, if we can reduce costs, increase efficiencies, and increase value for our customers, I think that's what I'm all about. So it's pretty exciting.
That's great. All right. Well, that's all I have for you, Greg. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. You definitely have some exciting stuff going on over at CryoLife. And again, we're honored to have you on the show today. And thank you to everyone in the audience for tuning in. Like the video and subscribe to the segment, but most importantly, join in the conversation. What do you want to hear about on the next Tech Tuesday? Until next time, have a great week.